There was a girl who shared a bedroom with a monster and she didn't know it. Leah Walsh was 29 years old. She was a teacher, a newlywed, a believer in second chances. She lived just outside Manhattan with her husband, William. Clean-cut, polite, the kind of man you'd never notice in a crowd. But to Leah, he was everything. They met in accounting. He was the first person she'd ever loved. She was his best friend. On October 27th, her car was found on the shoulder of the Long Island Expressway, hazards blinking in the early morning fog. Her purse was still inside. Her cell phone was still inside. The doors were locked. To the NYPD, it looked like a textbook abduction. Drag marks led into the woods. Her husband, William, wept on television, begging for help. "She just vanished," he said. "Please, if anyone saw anything, please come forward." 2 days later, Leah's body was discovered off a parkway, stuffed into a sleeping bag. Blunt force trauma, strangulation, no sign of sexual assault, just rage. Then came the confession. William had killed her in the middle of the night after an argument. He waited until her body cooled, wrapped her in bedding, and drove her out to dump her. But the horror didn't end there. He then staged the scene, leaving her car abandoned like bait, planting false evidence, and returned to their apartment where he slept beneath their wedding photo. He wore her memory like a mask, appearing at candlelight vigils, giving interviews, even hugging her parents. And no one knew, not until he cracked, confessing in a moment of pressure. Police said he showed zero emotion as he described her final moments. Just facts, cold, practiced. In court, Leah's mother said, "We raised a daughter who wanted to save children. He took that away from the world." William was sentenced to 25 years to life. And now, in a city where millions pass each other without ever making eye contact, her story is mostly forgotten, except by those who still remember how love can disguise a monster. Just 4 days after Leah's body was found, construction paused briefly at Ground Zero. A crane operator stood motionless, gazing toward the Hudson as if listening. The wind blew west, and somewhere between steel and silence, it carried the echo of a woman's name, Leah, because in New York, ghosts don't always haunt skyscrapers. Sometimes they live next door.